Welcome to Module 1. In this module, we'll talk about the form of a script. In the first lesson, we'll look into why a script is such a great foundation underneath a video.
If you went around to interview creative directors from a bunch of video agencies, you would be able to identify a pattern in the way they work. First, there's the ideation and conceptualization phase. Then there's the production or creation. And at last, there is the iterative feedback and finalization of the product. This is a very standard way to approach the creation of a video, a commercial, graphic material, a website, etc. It is also the way we did things in Webly when we produced animation videos for our clients. So when I say that you start with a script, that is actually only true in terms of the actual production of the video, step 2. So shaping the concept of what you want to create comes before that. It makes a lot of sense because you can't really write a script for something you don't know what is. So the script is part 1 of step 2, so to say. When you know you want to, for example, create an animation video for your own small business, which is going on your website to introduce new visitors to your company, you are well on your way. Or you want to simplify a long text into something entertaining for an internal training program in your company, you're also pretty close to being ready for the script writing. But it is worth taking an extra second to think about what you want to achieve with your video. Who is your audience? And what is it that you want them to learn or do after watching your video? All these considerations are fundamental for a good video, and your script can only be as good as your preliminary thoughts around these questions. When we sold videos to paying clients, we had to convince them that storyboarding wasn't the beginning of the creative process. This is very common, that you start drawing a lot and visualize ideas that you discuss back and forth. We didn't do that. The reason why is that it is a very tedious and slow way to get started. Instead, we skipped the drawing on whiteboards to later, by ourselves, and instead focused on the script to start with. We asked questions, lots of questions, because we needed to understand the concept we were explaining visually. And we were very curious about what the founders or employees thought was the unique selling points we should include in the video. The outcome of these talks was a lot of written notes that we then took back home and used for the first draft of the script. The script is ultimately going to the voiceover artist who is going to narrate it, so it is going to be transformed from text to sound, then from sound to visuals. In this sense, it is the script that lays the foundation for both the voiceover and the final video's visual side. This is very important to keep in mind when starting out, as the script cannot really be easily changed later, once the process has moved onwards from the writing part. More about that in the lesson about the explainer pyramid. Here is a quick example of a script divided into say and show. Say is what the voiceover artist will narrate, and show is what the visual side is going to show through animations. This is the template I'm going to share with you for you to download and use.